Now, I know y'all seen the gameplay trailer for NBA 2K21 Next Gen. That's cool and all, but leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds if you want NBA 2K21 Next Gen to have the best gameplay of all time. I would not risk it.
I got digital dash camera with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Yo, what's up to YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in with yet another video. Today we back in banger week, man. Now we have hit 50K for a little while now. It was supposed to be a banger week as soon as we hit 50K, but I didn't expect to hit it that soon. So I had to get a lot of videos out the way. But we're now in banger week. Now today I'm be going over the best badges after patch 4 in NBA 2K21. We'll be ranking these joints in order, give you guys a lot of honorable mentions that you can definitely use. But I'm gonna go over the top 10 badges that's going to be in the game after patch, especially with ankle breakers being as overpowered as they are. I have to re-rank these for y'all boys. Now also, the thing that makes this special about banger week, I either do like some type of giveaway or just give out some codes in the comments, but we're doing it different this time. So the way we're doing it this time is you're gonna have to watch to a certain point in the video. I'm not gonna tell you where it is. It's just gonna be randomly placed in the video. It's gonna be a PS4 code, an Xbox code, or even both. So simple as that. You gotta watch until you see the code, put the code in, and then you'll be able to have that joint. It's just that simple. So yeah, that's how we doing it for this banger week. I'm gonna be doing these joints for every single video. I'm not gonna say if it's gonna be one code or two codes. You just gotta find it. It's just that simple. So yeah, man, without further ado, we're gonna hop into this video. We're gonna go over all the best badges, starting with the honorable mentions, then hopping into the top 10 per usual. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Alright, so I got the honorable mentions kind of sectioned off, kind of like how I did it last time. So this time, we're going to go from finishing to shooting to playmaking to defensive because we got that many honorable mentions. So first, we're going to go over the finishing honorable mentions. So we got acrobat, consistent finisher, pro touch, fancy footwork, lob city finisher, giant slayer, and relentless finisher. One badge I would probably say is arguable to make the top 10 that is on here is going to be lob city finisher because the lobs are so overpowered, and if you have it even higher, it's going to make it even harder to catch, or not even harder to catch, but it's going to be even harder to stop when it comes to like how fast the lob is, or how much or how hard it is to cancel out with interceptor or off-ball pest or anything like that. Because at a certain point, it just makes you be able to go through any type of contact, be able to finish it a lot more, and it make it the animation a lot faster. Then we got acrobat, consistent finisher, and pro touch to be able to make our layups as much as possible. Fancy footwork is a very underrated badge to be able to make you have the fastest animations, and not only that, it can actually stun defenders, especially now that they've actually patched and made ankle breakers a lot more. Before, it was still a good badge in this game, but now that you can stun the defenders a lot more, this is a good badge again. Then we got Giant Slayer and Relentless Finisher. Those are two of the most underrated badges in the game when it comes to finishing. Giant Slayer cancels out Rim Protector and makes you not get blocked nearly as much, and also pretty much decreases the height advantage. So pretty much it's going to be making your shot contest that much smaller every single time you go for a layup or a dunk. And then when it comes to Relentless Finisher, that's going to be pretty much help you finish layups, dunks, anything when it comes to anything in that type of area, even lobs, whenever you are fatigued. So yeah, man, all those badges are badges that you can definitely use. They could have been on the list, but those are just gonna have to be honorable mentions. All right, next is hopping into the shooting. So we got a lot more for the shooting. So we got clutch shooter, hot start, tireless shooter, corner specialist, and difficult shot. So all of these badges are going to be interesting, and the two at the end are actually interesting because they got patched, but they still good badges. I'm gonna be honest with you. So clutch shooter and hot start, those are two badges that are very, very overpowered in this game. Do not get it twisted, but they're honorable mentions because they only affect certain times of the game. So hot start is going to pretty much help you make your shots, and then it's going to even keep giving you a boost until you miss. So say for instance you make your first shot, it's going to give you a boost to make the next shot, and then it's going to be an even boost to make the next shot and the next shot and the next shot until you miss. And then when you miss, it does nothing. nothing. And then clutch shooter is just gonna be pretty much shot attempts that occur during the final moments of the game or quarter, overtime period, whatever, receive a large boost. So pretty much everything at the end of the game is going to be boosted to make a shot. It's not going to be like Hot Start where it just keeps elevating, but it is going to be having a huge boost compared to the rest of the game. But it only affects the end of the game. Now, next is going to be Tireless Shooter. Tireless Shooter is actually a very underrated badge when it comes to the fact that shot attributes on jump shots suffer a smaller penalty than normal when fatigued. So pretty much if you blink in red, you're going to be able to hit those shots a lot more if you don't have this badge. And also when you have Gatorade symbol, you lose certain attributes, but when it comes to the shooting attributes, you're not going to lose nearly as much. So Tireless Shooter is actually a very, very important and underrated badge. Then we got the two badges that pretty much got patched or pretty much nerfed. Corner Specialist, Difficult Shots. Now, the badges didn't necessarily get nerfed, but the things that these was overpowered for got nerfed. Now, Corner Specialist is still good for what it's used for, but when it comes to like fades and stuff like that, they supposedly nerfed it. Me personally, I haven't seen the biggest deal on it, but still, it's still a very good badge for sure. And the best bang for your buck is that silver for the people that don't know that. And then you got Difficult Shots. For anytime you do like any type of off the dribble, they supposedly nerfed that, but like I said, again, it doesn't really feel like you got the biggest nerf. You can still green it consistently if you know what you're doing. You can still make it a lot, even off whites. Maybe not as much on whites, but yeah, I'm going to just say they nerfed these supposedly, but yeah. And all right, hopping into the playmaking badges that's going to be honorable mentions. We got Dimer, Handles for Days, Unpluckable, Stop and Go. Dimer is going to be a very important badge to help your teammates get a huge shot percentage boost to every shot they take. Handles for Days is going to cancel out the stamina issue, which is very, very important. That's actually a badge that could have been in the top 10. It's so important. But with that being said, it had to be on an honorable mention. Unpluckable is actually a very good badge to help you not get ripped, but you still can get ripped on bump steals and stuff like that. But when it comes to like getting poke ball loose and like actually getting ripped, it's gonna make that damn near impossible. Then when it comes to Stop and Go, that's gonna be making your quick stops a lot faster, and it can actually help you do the teleport speed boost glitch a lot more frequently. So that's actually a very overpowered badge. So pretty much all these badges on the playmaking are very, very overpowered and useful badges, but this just couldn't be in the top 10. Now, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm not gonna say this too much in this video. Probably might accidentally say it a lot, but 2K did a really good job of making these badges a lot more balanced. They nerfed a lot of the overpowered badges. They buffed a lot of the badges that needed to be buffed, like Unpluckable, making these balanced or badges a lot more balanced. So that's a props to 2K on that aspect of it. And all right, last but not least, before we hop into the top 10, we're gonna go over the honorable mentions for the defensive badges. So we got Tireless Defender, Lightning Reflexes, Off-Ball Pest, Interceptor, Rebound Chaser, Heart Crusher, and Brick Wall. Now, a lot of people are gonna be like, Heart Crusher is a honorable mention. Now, if you didn't know, honorable mention doesn't mean it's a bad badge, but it's still a good badge. It's just not as overpowered as it was. After successfully blocking or stealing the ball from an opponent, an additional penalty is given to the opposing player's takeover. So pretty much what's make this different, they nerfed it. It doesn't do the whole team and the player, it just does the player now. So that's a pretty big nerf. We have a badge that's going to be on the list that's actually pretty overpowered when it comes to like helping a player and a team. It's actually two of them, to be honest, but yeah. And then we got Brick Wall, which is very overpowered. It's pretty much everybody uses screens, and it also drains energy. It's gonna make you set the best screens possible and drains people energy anytime you create any type of contact. Rebound Chaser is gonna help you pretty much get the best snag animations and get as many boards as possible. So those two badges are actually badges that every big man puts on, but we're going over the best and most overpowered badges, so that's why I didn't make it. Interceptor is very, very overpowered. I'm not gonna lie. It helps you be in them lanes as much as possible, and the higher you go up on it, the more you're gonna tip passes and the more you're gonna catch passes, and even further away from you passes, you're gonna actually be able to steal. And then when it comes to off-ball pass, this is a very important badge in this game when it comes to be able to bump people, when it comes to guarding dexing, when it comes to guarding lobs, which are two of the most overpowered things in this game. And off-ball pass is the best badge to pretty much try to neutralize that at the highest rate possible. Same thing with interceptor. You want to have that to pretty much neutralize the people that want to do those lobs, so you can be able to get the ball out the air to catch the lob instead of letting them actually catch it. And then you got tireless defender, that's going to be pretty much canceling out the stamina issue on defense, so you can be able to guard these people that want to use these screens and all that type of stuff, so you can have your max stamina possible when you are playing defense. And last but not least, this is a very underrated badge that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people complain about sliding, but if you want something to help you fix with your sliding, you want to put on lightning reflexes. Lightning reflexes is going to do a very, very good job of limiting how much you slide in this game, and it's also going to help you show you where people are going to go. Now, it can be faked out by that, which can make you slide even more, but at the same time, lightning reflexes is going to help you with that sliding problem. So yeah, those are going to be all of the honorable mentions for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. Let's go ahead, hop straight into the top 10. All right, coming in at number 10, this was a badge that was not even on the list. Now, when I made that list, that was in the first week of the game. We are way past that now. So we got Showtime. Gives an additional boost to a player's takeover meter and their teammates when successfully completing an and one or flashy dunk. So pretty much every paint beast or inside center that plays with a play shot is gonna have this badge. Pretty much every big man build has this badge on of some type of way. So yeah, Showtime is a very useful badge. It's a badge that you pretty much should have. It's not a must-have badge, but it's definitely a very overpowered badge when it comes to the aspect of helping people get their takeovers a lot faster without even really doing anything. It's just really about if you dunking something, or like anytime you get a contact dunk, or anytime you do like a freaky dunk, or anytime you get an and one, you're gonna be giving you and your teammates takeover. It's pretty much kind of like how Heart Crusher was, but it was like hurting the teammates, but you can do any type of regular, flashy, any type of way you want to play. If you're a dunker, you're gonna be giving your teammates plus to their takeover. So that's a pretty big deal in my opinion, and it comes in at number 10 on the list. Coming in at number 9. Now, when it came to these shooting badges that I had on the list, it was pretty hard to rank because it's a lot easier for people. People have gotten used to the shooting, and that's because of badges. Now, I put the most important badges that help people shoot. Now, the badge that we got coming in at number 9 is a shooting badge. It's going to be the last place shooting badge for the shooting for the top 10. And it's going to be Green Machine. As people get greens and you consecutively get it, you're going to get an additional boost on those shots. Now, that's not going to just make you only be able to keep greening and greening and greening. What people don't understand is when you have this badge on, it's going to make your make percentage higher on that next shot. So if you get a green and you white it, it's going to still have you have a higher chance of making that shot. And it's also going to be making your green window a lot bigger for every single time that you get a green. That next shot is going to be making it even easier to green, and it's going to be making it even easier to make, if that makes sense. So this is a very important badge to anybody that's struggling to green. So when you get that green, it's just going to make it that much easier to green. So yeah, Green Machine comes in at number 9 on the list. All right, next, like I said, a lot of people have gotten a lot better at shooting, so this makes this badge not as important as before. Floor General. Now, this badge is still overpowered when it comes to be able to reach thresholds such as be able to get contact dunks, be able to momentum, be able to speed boost at the highest tier, and especially get to a certain tier for shooting. But with shooting not being nearly as bad as it was in the first week, this badge has dropped a couple spots, but it's still in the top 10. Now, you can get it up to +4 to all your teammates' attributes when it comes to like offensive. Let me make sure I say that. +4 to your teammates' offensive attributes. +1 is at bronze. +2 is at silver. +3 is at gold. And +4 is at Hall of Fame. And if you can get someone to a certain tier or threshold, that's going to be making this badge a lot better. Especially if you're helping them get to multiple thresholds. It's just making it that much more overpowered. And yeah, that's just a very important badge in this game. But it's still a good badge, but it's just not as important anymore with everyone to be able to shoot a lot better now. All right, next we have another shooting badge, and it's going to be Hot Zone Hunter. A lot of people at the beginning of the year, they didn't have too many badges. They also didn't have too many hot zones because they really weren't able to shoot because they couldn't get hot zones. So Now that people have hot zones, they know how good Hot Zone Hunter is. As you have hot zones, it's going to make it that much easier to shoot within your hot zones and be able to green more. So your make percentage in your hot zones is going to be exponentially bigger than the spots that don't have hot zones, and it's going to be making your green window that much bigger. So Hot Zone Hunter is actually a definite badge that you have to have on in this game. So yeah, Hot Zone Hunter comes in at the number 7 spot on the list. All right, coming in at number 6 on the list is going to be Range Extender. Range Extender is going to be the best shooting badge yet again. Whether it's called Limitless Range or Range Extender, is always going to be the best and most important shooting badge in the game, because it extends your range. And as it extends your range, it makes it that much easier to shoot within your range. So say for instance, you pretty much able to shoot from the logo. It's going to be making it that much easier to shoot on the 3-point line, or shoot from the hash, or shoot from the corner. It's going to be making it that much easier. Now what it really says is adds extra distance to a player's given shot range for both mid-range and 3-point shots. So pretty much it really focuses on deep 2s, on the line 3s, and deep 3s. So pretty much, like I said, it's extending your range, making it that much easier to shoot within your range, which making your make percentages within your range go up and making it that much easier to get greens, because it's making your green window bigger as your make percentage goes up. So yeah, man, Range Extender, yet again, whatever you want to call it, Range Extender, Limitless Range, no matter what they try to name it, it's always going to be the best shooting badge in the game, but it's still not a top 5 badge. So yeah, man, let's go ahead, hop straight into the top 5. All right, next is going to be Ankle Breaker. Now, you could argue, you could say Space Creator and Tight Handles in this, but in my opinion, the best badge of those 3 in this game is hands down Ankle Breaker. You can take people's ankles without Ankle Breaker, Tight Handles, Space Creator. You don't even have to have that badge on. You don't have to have them on. But you put Ankle Breaker on, you can do the simplest, the easiest, the dummiest move. Not say the dummiest, the dumbest move. And you will take ankles. You can make people stumble. Now, as you go with Ankle Breaker badge, you're going to be getting way worse animations on people. Now, I'm one of the people that think that 2K went way too far with the Ankle Breakers, but for some people it made the game a lot more fun, so that's just important for people to have fun. That's the whole point of a game. So yeah, Ankle Breaker, very, very overpowered when it comes to making people like do any type of animation. If you have Playmaker Takeover, it's going to be adding on to your Playmaker Takeover, making it that much easier. And Playmaker Takeover is very overpowered now. When I rank these takeovers, it's going to be a lot harder, because the only takeover that wasn't balanced was Playmaker Takeover, because it was impossible to take ankles. Now you take ankles every single time you do anything. So it's very interesting to see how these joints work. But yeah, Ankle Breaker comes in at number 5. This is going to help you get open, get you in pretty much a lot of 2-on-1 situations if you're on the 2s, 3-on-2 situations if you're on the 3s, and 4-on-5 situations if you're on the rec or pro-am, because like it can put people in the ground. It can make people stumble, just sit there and just try to figure out what's going on. Ankle Breaker and the Ankle Breakers in this game are crazy, and they're way too frequent in my opinion, but Ankle Breaker does come in at number 5 on this list. All right, next, I've said this time and time again, this was from the get-go. If you gonna have contacts be at such a high frequency, you need to put Ankle Breakers to a high frequency. They might have Ankle Breakers at the same frequency as contact dunks, and my point was contact dunks was just too high. Now, they may both have the same crazy high frequency. Now, if you don't know what is the best badge to get contact dunks is Contact Finisher. Contact Finisher is just a very important badge to get that. Now, I'm going to break it down. If you have the contact dunk, say you have the contact dunk, that's like 20%. Then you go to bronze, that's 15% on top of that. So that's at 35% total. Then you get silver, that's 50%. Then you get gold, that's 65%. Then at Hall of Fame, that's 80%. That's not even counting if you have Slasher Takeover. Like, I have builds where I had Hall of Fame Slithery with bronze contact finish, and I was getting contact dunks every play. You get it on Hall of Fame, you get Slasher Takeover. In Slasher Takeover, you're getting a contact dunk every possession. Like, it's very overpowered. Like, it's very hard to rank these takeovers because of how overpowered Slasher Takeover is. But at the same time, not a lot of people even had it. And this year, Slasher Takeover is so overpowered that no matter what your driving dunk is, even if you don't have contact dunks on, you can get a contact dunk pretty much every single time if you just have contact finisher on bronze. So it's very hard to rank these takeovers. But one reason why I would say contact finisher is so overpowered is because not only does it add on to the percentages that you get, but the contact frequency in this game is so high. It's pretty much, you could really go ankle breaker or contact finisher at this point in the game because you get so many ankle breakers, so many contact dunks. I feel like contact dunks give you points, so I would say that's more overpowered. If you get an ankle breaker, you still gotta make the shot, you know what I'm saying? So I would say contact finisher is more overpowered. But yeah, man, like the frequency at how much you get these, it's at a ridiculously alarming rate. But it still comes in at number 4 or 5, depending on which one you think is better. But yeah, contact finisher comes in at number 4 on this list. And all right, coming in at number 3. Now, this is going to be the best of the best. When it comes to these top 2 badges, they are just by far the best badges in the game. You could argue which one is better, but even Rim Protector might even be in there, to be honest, because Rim Protector is so overpowered. It improves players' ability to block shots, unlocks special block animations, and gives a boost to the takeover meter for the blocker and blocker's teammates following a block. So pretty much, you remember what I was talking about with Showtime. Showtime, pretty much anytime you do like an and1 or flashy dunk or anything like that, you're going to be helping your teammates take over. Rim Protector, anytime you get a block, you're helping your takeover and your teammates take over. And not only that, anytime somebody comes in the paint, it's going to make you get more blocks, and you're going to have new block animations such as snatch blocks, or even, you know how they have contact dunks? They have block animations within Rim Protector, just the badge. There's not no packages you have to buy, it's just in the badge. You don't have to have Rim Protector takeover, it's just in the Rim Protector badge. And you will be able to get these blocks that pretty much are like contact dunk animations for guards, but they put guards and like slashers into these animations to get blocked. That's how overpowered Rim Protector is. And it's one of the badges that was overpowered last year that didn't get nerfed. Now, all 3 of these badges in the top 3 are badges like that. Badges that were overpowered last year that did not get a nerf at all. So yeah, Rim Protector comes in at number 3. You could argue it's number 1, you could argue it's number 2, but in my opinion, it comes in at number 3 on the list. All right, next, I tried to have no bias, but in my opinion, I feel like the number 1 badge is still the number 1 badge. This is just my favorite badge in the game, and it's going to be Slithery Finisher. This badge, not only does it give you the best animation possible, not only does it make you have a higher dunk frequency in turn, but if you trying to go for contact dunks, it helps you get more contact dunks. It helps you get, bro, this badge is just crazy. Increases a player's ability to slide through traffic and avoid contact during gathers and finishes at the rim. Now, what it says is it avoids contact, but if you use this badge, you will be getting a lot more contact dunks. You will dunk the ball on an insanely different level. And it's just a badge that you have to use to understand how overpowered it really is. Yeah, and Slithery Finisher also can make your layups have an even lower contest because it's actually giving you the best animation possible and sliding through the defense to give you an open layup, even if someone's standing under the rim. So yeah, man, Slithery Finisher is just so overpowered in a game where, you know what I'm saying, where finishing is just so overpowered when it comes to like contact dunks, lobs being overpowered, and Slithery Finisher, like contact finisher and Lob City Finisher aren't even the 2 best badges in the game for finishing. Slithery Finisher is the best finishing badge in the game. It's just that simple. It's been like that since last year, and it's back again. Like the only badge that would count for it last year was Fancy Footwork. They nerfed that to crazy, and Slithery Finisher, if anything, is even better this year because of how frequent contact dunks are in this game. So yeah, man, Slithery Finisher comes in at number 2, my favorite badge in the game. I'll probably do a video soon going over this badge, dedicated for this badge, but yeah, like I said, it does come in at number 2. And all right, coming in at number 1 is going to be the Quick First Step badge. The Quick First Step badge is just so good. Now, this is a badge like difficult shots and corner specialists that kind of got a nerf, but they didn't really nerf the badge. They nerfed what the badge is used for, and that's pretty much speed boosting. If you don't know how speed boosting works, there's tiers to speed boosting. At the highest tiers, there's just a whole different level of speed boosting. So what 2K pretty much did, they pretty much slowed down the speed boost. So like the speed on the speed boost, they pretty much brought it down. Now, it was pretty crazy. cannot lie to you, it was pretty crazy, but they did bring it down. Now it's still very overpowered if you do the speed boost glitch or the teleport speed boost glitch, whatever you want to call it. It's still very overpowered if you can do that. In my opinion, the reason quick first step is so overpowered though is because this is how you get open for anything that you're trying to do in this game on offense as a guard, even if you're a big man this year, because you can do the teleport speed boost glitch on any tier of speed boosting. It's just not going to be as fast depending on what tier you are. Now, the people that don't understand what I'm saying, tier speed boosting. Now, when it comes to momentuming and crossover, that's based off your ball handle. But when it comes to speed boosting, quick first step and stuff like that, that is based off your speed with ball. There's tiers to that, and the highest tier is 86 plus speed with ball. If you get to that, you're gonna be able to be speed boosting at a whole nother level. I think the second one is 70 to 86, and then after that is everything below 70. I believe that's how it is. That's how it was last year, and a lot of the stuff like that is still very similar. So yeah, quick first step. Every single time you go up and thing, it's gonna make that tier of speed boosting even faster. So if you didn't have a badge on, you're gonna be at that tier speed boosting. But you put bronze on, it's gonna be even faster. You put silver on, it's gonna be even faster than bronze. And you put gold on, it's even faster than silver. And then Hall of Fame is just exponentially faster than everything else. So like again, this is gonna be helping you get open for anything you want to do in this game. Whether you're trying to go for threes, off the dribbles, mid range, contact dunks, layups, or even trying to help people get open for three, or even trying to help people get open for lobs. It really doesn't matter what you're trying to do, floaters, it doesn't matter. It's gonna help you get open for anything, create anything. It's just a very, very, very overpowered badge, and it's the best badge in NBA 2K21 again. Even after they tried to patch, nerf speed boosting in general, it's still the best badge. It just is. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Go ahead, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Comment down below loyal if you made it this far into the video. Like I said, there was a code in this video, somewhere within this video. The next video we're gonna be going over is going to be the best takeovers in the game. It's gonna be very hard to rank, especially if they buffed Playmaker takeover to what it is now. It's gonna be very hard to not have that in the top 2 or top 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, we're gonna have that joint coming out tomorrow as soon as possible. I got you guys. Go ahead, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. If I helped you out in any way, please, if you're trying to just support just from being subscribed, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. We on that road to 100K. We hit that 50K, so that's why we doing a banger week. Y'all want another banger week after this one? Get us to 100K. It's that simple. Don't know post notification, be the first to every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm about to be man.
Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die. Man, they say he going too fast.